the close-quarter battle receiver is a replacement upper receiver for the M4A1 Carbine, developed by the U.S. Navy. The CQBR replaces the M4 with a barrel 10.3 inches length, making it the modern equivalent of the Colt Commando short-barrel M16 variants of the past. This shorter barrel makes the weapon significantly more compact, which makes it easier to use in and around vehicles and in tight confined spaces. Special units such as commandos boarding ships and bodyguards for senior officers have found such shortened weapons very useful and use the CQBR. Its preliminary national stock number was 1005 LLL 99-5996. However, a complete CQBR-equipped carbine now has the NSN 1005-01, 527, 2288. The overall length of the upper receiver is 19.25 inches. With the stock retracted, the overall length of the weapon is 26.75 inches. Background: the M4 Carbine and M16 are not ideally suited for all missions, so it was proposed that the modularity of the M16 series would allow a user to replace the upper receiver of an existing weapon with one more suitable to the task. One of two proposed special mission receivers that were planned for inclusion into the SOP-Mod Block 2 kit, the CQBR has taken off on its own. Like the proposed special purpose receiver, the close quarters battle receiver has been more or less taken on by the Naval Surface Warfare Center, Crane Division as its own project following the CQBR's removal from the SOP-Mod program. Just as the special purpose receiver morphed into the special purpose rifle, and was type classified as Mk12 the Mod 0/1, the complete CQBR-equipped carbine has been type classified as the Mk18 Mod 0. The purpose of the CQBR remains to provide operators with a weapon of submachine gun size, but firing a rifle cartridge, for scenarios such as VIP protection, urban warfare, and other close-quarters battle situations. The CQBR is designed to provide improvement over previous AR-15 per m16 type weapons in this category. The CQBR is usually issued as a complete weapon system, and not just an upper receiver. The CQBR was once only available to naval special warfare units, but the Mk18 Mod 0 has become general issue for visit, board, search, and seizure missions and, as of 2006, for NCIS agents deploying to active combat zones. The Mk18 is also used by the Coast Guard's tactical law enforcement teams, maritime safety and security teams, and maritime security response team and the United States Navy's explosive ordnance disposal operators. It is also used by Marine Force Recon CQB operators, and is in most cases the standard weapons of choice for said operators. The short 10.3 inches barrel length requires special modifications to reliably function. The gas port is opened from 0.062 to 0.070 in. A one-piece McFarland gas ring replaces the three-piece gas ring set. The standard 4-coil extractor spring is replaced with a commercial off-the-shelf 5-coil spring. An O-ring surrounds the extractor spring. The standard M4 flash hider has been replaced with the M4QD flash hider for suppressor compatibility. Evolution: CQBR Type 1, made from M4A1 uppers by shortening the barrels and opening gas ports, no longer produced, STD carbine buffer in use in host lowers at time of fielding. CQBR Type 2, NSWC assembled with contracted and /or overhauled parts complete with all accessories to current standards at time of build, will work with H2 or H3 balance to ammo requirements, HOK with M193 per meter 855. H2 needed for Mk262 per Rankine 2LP and will run M193 per meter 855. H3 may be needed for an extreme case, or when the gas port is eroded but the barrel still groups. CQBR Type 2A, NSWC assembled with contracted and /or overhauled parts, naked without any accessories or buffer. The buffer in the host carbine would be used or upgraded as necessary via the supply system same as Type 2. CQBR Type 3, cold contracted upper complete with all accessories. NO buffer supplied. The buffer in the host carbine would be used or upgraded as necessary via the supply system, same as Type 2. CQBR Type 3A, cold contracted upper naked without any accessories or buffer supplied. The buffer in the host carbine would be used or upgraded as necessary via the supply system, same as Type 2. Mk18 Type 1, NSWC assembled carbine with contracted and /or overhauled parts complete with all accessories to current standards at time of build will work with H or H2 and could have shipped with either. Units will balance buffer to ammo requirements, HOK with M193 per meter 855, H2 needed for Mk262/R2LP and will run M193 per meter 855. H3 may be needed for an extreme cases or when the gas port is eroded but the barrel still groups. Mk18 Type 2, cold contracted carbine complete with all accessories, H buffer supplied. Units will balance buffer to ammo requirements, same as Mk18 Type 1. Specifications. Upper and lower receivers. The lower receiver is a standard M4A1 lower receiver, sometimes modified with the addition of a CQDR-SM sling adapter plate. However, many CQBR rifles also use surplus M16A1 lower receivers. Internally, the CQBR also takes advantage of a larger gas port and modified bolt carrier and buffer assembly. The gas port has been opened to 0.070 in. A number of Lewis machine tool 10.5 inches upper receivers have also been reported to have been purchased for the CQBR program. These upper receivers feature a gas system optimized for short barrel use. Sights. Initially, detachable carrying handles cut down so that only the rear sight assembly was used. However, most of these have been replaced with the similar, commercially made Lewis machine tool adjustable rear sight. Also used are several types of reflex and magnified optics, most commonly seen is the Aimpoint Comp M2 in a Wilcox Industries Corporation. Picatinny mount. Stock. A variety of M4 retractable butt stocks are used on a standard 4-position receiver extension, including the standard CAR stock. Most often seen is the SOPMOD stock, often referred to as the crane stock, created by Dave Armstrong of NSWC Crane. The angled stock offers better shekel as well as providing 2 storage compartments for spare batteries. The stock must be removed from the weapon to access the storage compartments. The initial run of stocks was made by NSWC Crane from glass fiber polymer. Because of this, they were somewhat fragile and did not always properly lock into the receiver extension. A rubber band was used to secure the latch so it would not slide out of the desired position. The current L7LA2B SOPMOD stocks are made by Lewis Machine Tools and have none of these problems. Barrel. The CQBR uses a 1/7 in twist M4 barrel that has been modified in length to 10.3 inches. The diameter of the barrel under the handguards is 1.17 in. The KAC-M4QD flash suppressor is fitted, allowing use of the KAC-QD-SSNT4 suppressor. Although it has a bayonet lug, the CQBR is not meant to be fitted with a bayonet. Handguards. The standard handguard for the CQBR is the Knights Armament Company rail interface system, which is designed for a variety of barrel profiles and allows for the use of any MILS-TD 1913 tactical accessories such as the ANPEQ-2 infrared pointer, Surefire flashlights, or a vertical forward grip. The handguard manufacturer has since changed from KAC to Daniel Defense as the primary contractor for the Mk18 RIS, NSN number 1005-01-548-1385. Ammunition. The CQBR is designed to use standard 5.56A, 45mm NATO 62 grain SS109 per meter 855 FMJ and M856 tracer ammunition. However, due to the short barrel, the heavier 77 grain Mk262 cartridge is preferred. There are no plans to rechamber the weapon in any additional calibers. See also, AR-15, List of individual weapons of the U.S. Armed Forces, List of assault rifles. References. External links, media related to close quarters battle receiver at Wikimedia Commons, NAV CQBR PowerPoint presentation, Wilcox Industries Corporation.